Ya. Oh, dia makan. Kita bagi masa sikit Oh, tadi kita start lambat sikit ya, Prof.
Boleh. Ini sudah rekod. Apa?
Dr. Alex sejam more than 1 hour.
I can control.
Wi-Fi dan activity. Okey lah, boleh lambat sikit. 4:30 okey lagi ni kau 5 sebab kita boleh. Ini kan, nanti punya tak telan.
Sebab yang apa? Yang morning session kita dah cakap 6:30. Tu yang akak tadi tu. Tu akak nak awalkan pukul 6 je. Masih
tak
lagi
boleh
within range.
masih. Tegang. Tak semua. Perut masih tegang.
Kejap ni.
Saya cari semua tak kerja. Bantuan kat semua dia orang sebelum dia lah. Apa hit? Tak pernah. Tak pasal orang takut tak baca. Oh, tak ada semua main pun. Aku pasang. Ni tak pasang pun. Ada lagi penonton. Ha? Apa tu jenis masak sih? Yang makan. Ada ni, kita bisa tu. Nama kita kita. Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon everyone. So we move to our next session, tutorial, which will be presented by Associate Prof. So he will present the low-cost cloud-based data logging using Google Apps Script and GitHub. Tidak boleh dua
Thank you. So, welcome to this tutorial session. Today I'm going to share with you something very, very important for me because I love to walk away from my experience, experiment some. Testing. Okay. Sorry. All right. So just a quick introduction of myself. I'm unique. Yeah, I'm actually with UTP. And basically my background is AI, IoT, and also cloud computing. And I explore many different domains by applying this technology. So today I want to share with you something. I think many of us are familiar with this process where you have a computer, run the sensors, and then you capturing the reading. And then when this sensors is doing the reading, what do we do? Usually we just stare at it and get bored, right? And then the funny thing is, my experience is every time you walk away, that machine stops working. It's okay. That was running the sensor. Let us have lunch. Lunch. Just the moment you walk out 5 minutes later, then the guy is stopped working already, right? Not sure why. So we want to have a way to do this. Or another scenario is that you have the same thing, but sometimes you have to do experiment outside. You cannot move away because your laptop is expensive. You just leave it there and run. Maybe when you're back, the whole thing is gone, right? So sometimes you want something lower cost, then probably you choose it. Okay, why not just put a SoC, the system on chip, like a Raspberry Pi, just get the reading. But this doesn't really solve the problem as well, right? You still have to be there monitoring the thing. Sometimes it's just painful. Yeah, so we want to have a mechanism to actually inform us if the thing is not working or the status, or we want to have a platform that is so easy to use that once I collected the data, okay, what is the experience that we have? I'm not sure about you. Mine is usually we run such a system after we got the data, we have to transfer the data out.
Yes.
So if another computer to do maybe some analysis is also a waste of time. And then sometimes you have so many files and just confusing. So is there a better way to do this? And not only better in sense of convenient, but also as well as I don't have to spend extra money. I want to get it done. Low cost. What do I mean by low cost? As low as possible. In this case, is as long as you have a Google account, email, you should be able to do this. Yeah. So of course, this doesn't cover. So there are a few levels. So we have that machines required, and then of course sometimes we can go wireless. Now, what wireless? Sometimes we have a local server somewhere in the premise. We call this an on-prem solution. Even you have this solution, sometimes you still want to do some monitoring. Sometimes you have your data all collected off the server, but you are at home. You want to do some analysis, right? You were thinking, let's do a remote control, a remote desktop. Yeah, you know that if you are in a lot of our institution, you cannot do that. The firewall is just blocked up, down, left, right. Remote access is almost impossible, right? So the best thing is, what can we do, right? Instead of not drive back to the lab at night, so I need the data, come to me. So usually, very directly is that let's set up a cloud computing. Let's transmit the data now. But cloud, as we know, a lot of that needs us to pay. So hence, I look for something that is cost effective, which is I find that Google is giving us this Google spreadsheet, Google app screen. These are the things that are underutilized. And so once we have access to this, then you realize that hey, getting the data to the cloud is actually very, very straightforward. So today, this tutorial, I'm going to give you all the codes. You just use it, and I think that's going to be very, very convenient. Post end-to-end solution from collecting the data, sending you email when the server is not working. Until you open your Google Cloud, you don't even have to transfer the data, and then you can start to do your analytics at the back end. Right, so that's the whole thing I want to share with you today. Now, of course, depending where you're coming from, one of the things that we should understand is that we are using a REST protocol, but this is not very important anyway. Okay, this is just a protocol that how we actually transmit the data. Now let's move on to a little bit more. So thanks to Python, so we'll be using Python to do this. Basically, if you want to transfer data between two machines, basically you just need to have this short of code. Thanks to Python, the code is very short. Basically, all you need to do is just to set up this as your server and that is as your client. Now, why I want to do this is because just to let you have a feel of how we actually doing the communication. In other words, once we actually able to communicate through this, basically the more important thing would be the URL and the link, because we need to know where the server go to 7. Now, for this, right, I'm not going to go into this demo, this part, but just to let you know that, yes, it's basically the whole idea is as simple as this. We can transfer the data from one hand to another. We need to have one server and one client. But the problem is very hard to find server. So we make use of, all right. So let's start tracking. So let's start to get ourselves some hands on, right? Let me get started. Now assume that we have a sensor that can collect data. Okay, where do we get this sensor? Let me pass you the code. Let me see if I can send you the code. I'll put it in GitHub. Let's see. Okay, I have put in all the samples here, but let me yes. Yeah. Okay, can you try to download the code from here? I've got mine. Yeah. But I think online.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Maybe just hang on. Yeah. Let's see that. Okay, so thank you. Okay. Yeah, we try this. It seems like once I change the app. Yeah, that's what I feel. That's what I was. Oh, good.
See.
Okay.
Oh, he has to change this.
Let me show you this service first. You see, every time when I call this URL, right?
Uh,
And then so that we can monitor it.
Okay, can can I?
Yeah.
Should I mute myself or not? Mute. Okay. Can? Anyway, okay, perfect. So you can see that the data is collecting. Yeah, this is very nice. But the thing is, we cannot go home. Like I said, 3 days. How am I going to leave this here? So you need to have a mechanism. I want to send this to a place where I can store it. Of course, you can use a Raspberry Pi, put it there, and then we can take this laptop back. That's one way. But even that, we want something even easier. So how to do it? Okay, let's do this. So we'll start with having a Google script. Yeah, this is where we come in. Okay, so I'll start with do this. Now I already put in the steps here. So let's start step by step. Do you have Google account?
Yeah.
I suppose you have, right? So just open up your Google Drive. So we'll do this tutorial, we'll do it together. So what you need to do, open up Google Drive. Log in. All right, so go to new. And yeah, just open up a new spreadsheet. Yeah, that's all you need to do for now. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Once you open a spreadsheet, then the first thing that you need to identify is what are the data you want to store here. So in this case, we want to do a timestamp. Okay, and then look at the data that we have here. We want to store the longitude and latitude. So I'm going to put it here. Okay. Yeah. Wait, I don't want the All right, once you have this, so what is next? Of course, if I ask you to key in yourself, then you'll kill me lah. All right. So not definitely not something that we want to do now. Okay, so what we want to do next is, okay, now how do I get the data into here? Okay, this is one question. So what you need to do next is, okay, very important information. So once you have that, okay, you save this spreadsheet, and then you need to have this spreadsheet's URL. This is actually the identifier of your spreadsheet. So after later, we'll come back to this part. So at your spreadsheet on the top, now of course you can give a name lah. In this case, I will just call okay, Joe data. It's up to you what you want to call. But the more important thing is this URL. Copy this URL, paste it somewhere, and don't give your friend. All right, yeah, because someone else then later on will submit data into your platform. So just put this somewhere. And then what do we do next? Okay, what we need to do next is to start to prepare the script so that we can actually enter the data automatically. So in this case, what you need to do next is to go here, open back your Google Drive again. This is the top part is blocking my way. This time, new, more, Google App Script. Can you do that?
Okay, good.
App Script.
Absolutely.
Yes. Got that? Okay, perfect. Now, once you do this, all right. Okay, like this one, we access yes, create a script. So you can see, basically my notes here, I already put in everything here. So later on, I'll just pass this to you. You just follow the steps. Now, the more important thing is the code. Okay, I need to pass this code to you. This code is already written, so basically you just have to copy and paste.
The code in your cup is not.
This part don't have. Good job. Okay, can you see the second link?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the second link where you can get the code.
It's there.
Yeah, codeshare.io.
Oh, nice.
Okay, perfect. So copy this code and paste it into the app stream here. Replace the whole function.
Hold on.
Yes. So straightforward, right? So you just go this one, Control A, Control C. So this code is very precious, yeah. You just paste here. Perfect. All right, so this one, the first thing you'll see here, this is the line that you need to do something about it. This one is very Familiar, right? The one that we captured just now, the one that you have. Replace this with the one that you have just now. The one, yes, that I copied earlier. And then just replace this part of it. Perfect. Can? Okay, let me check again. Let me look at the code, the Excel spreadsheet here. Yep. Just follow exactly the same. Okay. Now once you do that, then what we need to do is deploy this guy. Okay. So let me show you. Let's go for deploy. New deployment. Let's go deploy. New deployment. Select type. Web app. Okay, give any name you like. Any name you like. Yes. Okay, that's a good name. Okay, at the bottom here, choose who has access. Anyone. Let's make it anyone, yes. Then you can deploy it. Yeah, deploy. Authorize access. And yes, log in your own account. And when you see this, all right, no worry. At once, I know it's dangerous, but just proceed. Okay, allowed. This is where usually people U-turn. Proceed. Yeah, perfect. All right. So once we are here, the interesting thing is that the URL is ready. You just have to copy the URL. Copy. Now put this paste it to save it to a place first. All right, so this guy, now we can just call this URL and submit things into our script already if we do it correctly. Okay, let's try this. So what we need to do is we can just use our browser to do the magic. You go to your browser, then control paste. If you're familiar with how URL works, you will know that if parameter will be a question mark. Yes, got the question mark. And then the value will be the two values that we'll put in. One is longitude, one is latitude. Okay, so you can put just spell exactly the spelling. Longitude. Okay. We put in any number. Okay, just put one number like that, and then you hit enter and see what will happen. Just one and do it. I thought I would proof already. Yeah, just put any number at the back. Wait why my approval? We authorized already just now, right? Let me deploy this again. Authorize access this user at once. Allowed. Okay, let me copy and let me run this again. Okay, yeah. So if you run the URL without putting anything, you see if it's success. Yeah, if your browser open up and then it says success, it means it's working already. So what I want to bring your attention back is to the script just now. Okay, you go and deploy again. If you have the same problem, let's go deploy again.
Close and deploy.
Yeah, close and just deploy again. Repeat.
New, is it?
New deployment is fine.
Clarify what you'd like to deploy.
All right, so after deployed, you should have the link. Do you see, have you followed through the process? Do you get the link? Okay, once you get the link, all right, just go to open up your browser and then you paste the link and then you hit the enter. Can you do that? Ah, then open up a new tab, put it here, and then you run it.
Okay.
You get success, am I right? Okay, if you get success, all right, then you go back to the spreadsheet that you see just now.
Spreadsheet. This one.
Can you see that the timestamp is here already?
Yeah.
But because I didn't put in the parameter, that's why there's no value yet. So now how do we put in the parameter? Very simple. So paste the link just now that you have, put a question mark, then you put in the thing that you want to put in, attitude, for example, equals to 1.2 like that. Then if question mark followed by the name and value. If you hit enter, then it should give you another success. You look at the script. Can you see the 1.2 is here already?
You put 1.2, is it?
Yes, you can put any number you like. All right, perfect. But this is only one value. How to do second value? Okay, it's very simple. Question mark, latitude, and then put ampersand, the sign ampersand. Okay, now longitude. Also another number that you like. So in other words, basically, as long as you have a hardware that can call this URL, you already have a free cloud storage. Right? If I hit enter again, then you'll see that it will be successful, row number 5. Then if you check your spreadsheet, then you see the value comes in. Cantik kan? So now it's only these few steps, you got yourself a spreadsheet. And this spreadsheet is much more powerful than the one that we enter usually. You have a REST ingestion point, ingestion of data. And now this, you can put it back in the script that we have earlier. So we modify the ingestion process. Now, instead of writing to a CSV file, what do? We write it straight inside here.
Your value is not.
When your value is not there, usually check the spelling. Check the spelling. Sometimes the header spelling, if you spell wrongly, and it's case sensitive. Yes, it's case sensitive. So once you have this, check confirm, then it will work.
Question mark. Okay, behind any number.
Yeah, any number. And then ampersand. Ampersand, the none. If you have two value.
Oh.
If you have two value that you want to put in, you type in. You see there is this something like that. There is the N here. And another one. And then you can keep on firing this one. Every time you fire, you will just go inside to your spreadsheet. Do you get one already? One will. Dua-dua pun kosong.
Dua-dua kosong, tak tahu.
You try.
Yes, it's one.
Timestamp other. So which means it's correct already. One. Okay, after you key in this one, all right, you make sure that when you type, you make sure there's no space at the back and the front. Otherwise, yes, it's a common issue. After you modify already, just press Ctrl S just to make sure you save it. Okay, let me share with you my link, and then you can actually insert data into my computer then. Let me put it at the code share. So over code share here. So at the bottom, I control V. So this is how you do it. Question mark. Okay, if you refresh your code share link just now that I give you at the bottom, there's this line. Then you can refer to the back here. Yeah. And then you copy already, and then you go open up your browser and then you just run it. Can? After you run it, do you get successful? I will see if anyone submitted any data here. Yes, someone submitted something successful here. Yes. So once you configure it properly already, then you can start sending here. Yeah, the app script just now, maybe the deployment issue, yeah. Go through the process. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to move back to the code that we have. All right. I'll move back to the code that we have. Actually, so let's stop this running, this guy from running. I have yeah, the connection stop, jam, yep, the usual normal thing. Now, what I do here is I modify slightly. So you can use this ISS acquire and transmit. You can see here, basically, this is the where I actually request for the location. And at the bottom is where I put in my script. And this is what the value I want to put in. Then when I run this, it will continuously update my spreadsheet already. Yes. So let me show you how I do this. So basically, once I have this code, yeah, this is very important. Then let me replace this guy until exact, yeah. Sorry, yeah, because the wording here. Okay. Control V. Perfect. So this is the new script now. Save it. And then if I run, because I put in a sleep here, so it's not reading it very, very frequent. So let's check my script here and wait for updates. So if I do it correctly, then yes, now the data will come over here. It will be a bit slow because it will request this one and then submit. So it's basically two process running. Let me check. Yeah. No, one is maximum. Then this one, if you see this one is my yeah, probably because I'm calling this one too many times. Oh yeah, successful finally. All right. Longitude and latitude. Let's look at my code again now. If you realize that I put capital letter L, can you see that? So this one is a common one. It's a very, very common mistake. So let's stop this and run again. So you are not alone, okay? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm not sure, is this mine or someone else? Let me check my code here. Yeah. Successful one, the second time. Okay, good. Now, then we can safely go home, right? Not yet, right? So this is only the first part. You got this one, but we still have the same problem. I still cannot turn off my computer, am I right? The script is still running here. So remember the motivation I shared with you at the beginning? I'm hoping that I can do this, tracking the same thing from the sensor, and I can take this computer home and I don't have to spend a penny to actually get this thing job done. Okay, so that is the ultimate aim of today's tutorial. So I need to suspend you a bit, so we're going to move on step by step. So as of this point, yeah, we are happy with this. Okay, now, what is next? Of course, sometimes you want to try to detect if your program is getting any value or not. Yeah, if it's not, then you want the system to send you an email. Yeah, sometimes this guy's running, but then maybe the reading, from the server is crashed, giving you some zero value, no value. So how do you do that? Okay, let me share with you. So we have done this one, we deploy. So later I'll give you these slides. You have all these slides, and then you were able to follow this through. Then give permission, the same thing we have done. Run this, submit the data. All right. So we have to have an alert mechanism. Now the alert mechanism, basically you can also create another script just to put in the send email instruction. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. Actually, the whole send email thing, the line that is matters is only this line. Mail app dot send email, your recipient, and then your subject and your body. So the moment you call this line, then the email will send in your Google script. So in other words, you can modify the the app script that I gave you earlier. And if you find that the value is not what you want, then you can trigger this line. Then Google App Script will send you an email. Of course, you can put anyone's other's email, then you send email to that person. Of course, we don't spam others. Okay, I'll give you, I will share with you the email code here as well, so you can. Now, when I write this tutorial, right, there are two ways of doing it. One way is that you can actually create another triggers, but I'll put it at the bottom here. Yeah? So if you can see, I'll just paste it here. Now this is to create another trigger, but I want to reduce the complexity. You can actually just modify the code over here. So for example, you take the value, if you don't like the value, you can send this, just trigger this one. I think it will be much more straightforward that way. So you don't have to trigger so-called the app script on its own. Don't have to do extra configuration. Okay, remember this line is the most important. You don't need the whole thing. If you see carefully, you just have to replace this recipient with your email address. Subject, text, and body is still text. All right. Okay, I'll just move a little bit faster here because I think sending email is nothing special, right? Everyone knows how to do that. But just to share with you, this process can be automated. Yeah, because I'm going to move on a little bit more interesting part. Now, once you send the email, then you can get triggered. Okay, next thing is I want to analyze the data. So I'm going to jump a bit faster, yeah. How do you analyze the data? I want to visualize the data that I collected. My drive, my spreadsheet. I have all this. Now I don't like this this empty slot. I can just actually what I do is I just highlight them and delete them. Yes. You can just delete them. Safely delete, no worry. Okay, and then I just be happy. You will let it run, continue run. Okay, how do I get this data? Now I want to, process this, calculate the trajectory, you want to do some analytic predictions. And I'm lazy to export it down. Then you can use Google Colab. Yes, Google Colab. So when you Google Colab, you create a new book, new Google Colab book,
Not book.
Colab. Just notebook, yeah. Just create a new one. Boleh. Do you have this account? Google Colab ada kan? No, you can always connect back. Yes. You let me demo, then I'll send you the document, and then you can try again.
One that you didn't. Oh, why did you do that?
Oh, you just redeploy.
You did. Same. So we have to do it again until.
You redeploy, then it will be okay. Tak apa, nanti I give you the document, then you follow the steps again. So just I want to share with you next is I have this Google Colab. What I want to do next is this is you guess the name lah. I call it Joe analysis. Okay, so what we do is you can just get the data straight from the spreadsheet that you have earlier. Again, I put the code here already. So all you need to do is Control C. Let me put back into the bottom here. So I'm sharing with you the code here. Yeah. So now I'm going to paste it here. Where's my code? I hate this a lot because every morning I have to wake up with this. Wait, let me see why I'm not copying. Yeah, Control C.
Copy, right? Just copy paste.
Yes, just copy paste. Belay. Yeah. Yeah. This is sometimes the problem when you copy from PPT. You have all the weird symbol.
Oh, no wonder mine got the red color.
Yeah. So we have to remove this guy. Control C. I have put the code. Yeah, finally. So again, if you see carefully in this code, right, you see something here. This link again is which link is that? The one that you have on the spreadsheet, lor.
The first sheet that we.
Yes, the first sheet that we do. This one.
That one, right?
Yes. Then I just have to change this to that. And then you run it. That's it. So this guy will take care of of course you have to be the same user lah. You cannot be a different user. Yeah, of course if you're same user, this guy will say yes, allowed. And okay, this guy allowed. Continue. You realize that I'm just printing the not all the data. Yeah, you can see I have all the data that I collected just now. So as I promised you earlier, you have a code that capture the data, put into the cloud, and then when you do analytics, you can just automatic. Okay, that you don't have to go back at the lab, download, copy, paste, do all that. Now I just want to show you another one. Of course, all of us love a beautiful UI. I want to show you another one, which is we use just now because the data is longitude and latitude, so you can use some libraries like this one. You can actually use this library to display it. Very nice one. Again, I need to delete the weird thing. Oh, this is even let me delete this guy. Yeah, because every time I copy from the PowerPoint, you have this problem. So this one is using map API to actually show us the place, the location, okay, that we actually collected and display it nicely for us. I think this should be clean. Control C. Let me paste it here.
Put any data to see if I cannot.
Yeah, you can put any data first. So let me run this again. Let's see if I can see what I'm seeing. Oh, okay, this part. Sorry, the spelling. Small l, small l. Yay. Now, let me zoom this out. Yeah. So the space station baru saja lalu. Okay. So how do we do this? Okay, just now we just so you can do this. Let me zoom this out. Yeah, just this code. I'll give you this code. You copy and paste. Then you can see the data. Script again. You have the data. Then at the bottom, I give you another one here. Don't modify my code here. I see someone actually delete my stuff here. Oh. Okay, you just copy and paste that. Yeah. You are actually running live already. Can you see that? I have a code that capture from the data and then upload to the Google, and then I don't even have to do transfer. I can visualize the data here. Technically speaking, is that if you have a server running in the lab, capturing data, you can just put back the script code that I have earlier. Then you have the data to the Google, and then at home, you can do the analysis.
You put that also in the Google Colab, right?
Yes, both.
Second row or?
Second row. Yeah, here, I put the first row and second row, so two sets. This is to pull the data from the script. This is to visualize the data.
So I just need to input.
Just copy and paste and run at the side.
The first row and then. Next one. Yeah. This one. Flash.
Follow back the one that we basically yeah.
And take your. No.
No. The spelling test.
Wonder I can.
The spelling very important. All right. Now, I'm going to take you another maybe 20-30 minutes, hopefully less, okay? We're going to transfer this whole program to the cloud. Now, this is the second part, the most important one, because I want to take this laptop home today, but I still want the program to run. How do we do it? So we're going to use another one. So this is the whole idea. If you look at it, now we have the whole data now. We have our location, we have our server, and then we go to the cloud. We are happy with that, but not very happy because I don't want my computer here. So I'm going to take that away. Now, I'm doing this, it's not to say that there are no other solutions. There are many. You can see that These are all the available tools out there. But the thing is, you realize that most of these want to make money. So, for example, if you put your data all into a certain platform, right? They don't allow you to extract raw data until you pay. Maybe they got this kind of questions, this kind of thing, But what I'm going to share with you is one of my favorite one, yeah. Basically, we want to have computational resources in the cloud, and I don't want to spend a penny. So free stuff. So what we need to do, this free stuff is known as GitHub Action. GitHub Action basically, if you need to have a GitHub account. So can we quickly open a GitHub account?
Okay.
Just open a GitHub account, and then I will show you how to prepare your program, the program that we write just now. Push it into GitHub and let GitHub run this for us. And when GitHub run this for us, we are happy. We can actually turn off our laptop. Tomorrow morning, you'll see all the data is still going to continue to be collected. All right, this is the last one. This is the last part.
Okay.
I'll pass this to you, and then yes. So let's open up a GitHub account.
Okay, great account.
Create account, yes. This is my GitHub.
Yeah.
Okay, once you log in, you see something like that. That is my favorite character. Okay. So can you go to repository? If you have it already, go repository. Create a new repository.
Fine.
Something like that. Double-click keluar.
Great. Good.
Yeah, you go to new repository.
Create a new repository.
Yes.
That's why it's like this. Use previous.
This is the new repository. Okay, so give your repository a name. Yes, you give it a name. I don't know. Joe data. Trigger. Okay. Something like that. Or Joe data action, up to you lah. You can put any name. Sometimes I don't want it to be very long. Okay. Then okay, whether want to be public or not, that will be your choice. The rest of the thing is okay. Then you just create the repository. That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect. So once you have this page already, which means you have got your GitHub ready. Now, it's time to go back and prepare our GitHub code. So how does the GitHub code looks like? Okay, let me show it to you. Now, I think just now you downloaded the GitHub code already. I have a folder called Git Action. Can you see that? Okay, Git Action, actually all you need to do is unzip it lah. And then you see something like that.
Git Action.
Yes. Now, in order for you to create the same thing, all right, basically it's just a folder structure. You have to create the same thing. The more important thing is that to tell you is the Git Action .github inside workflows. This spelling must be exactly the same, which means the folder that you're going to create and put it into the GitHub, you must have this .github. Inside must have workflows. There must be an S. This is the secret that you need to do correctly. Otherwise, it won't work. Okay, the folder have to be correct. And then they have this main.yml. Now, main.yml, right? I already put in the code already. This is the code. So we have, basically you can use back the same template for your own program. Okay, you put your own name. Now, can you see this one? How frequent do you want it to run? Now, this is cron job. Now, if you're familiar with Linux, then you know that this means run every minute. If you want it to run every 5 minutes, then you just divide by 5 lor. Every 10 minutes divide by 10. Now usually I don't run it very frequent one. GitHub has one weakness like the fastest it will run is every 5 minutes. So you cannot say, oh, I want run every minute and let it run. It won't work. Now, the rest of the thing you can just copy and paste until this line. See that? This is where we put our program. Our program just now capture from sense the data and then upload to Google spreadsheet. Am I right? Yes, just replace this guy. Make sure that the program is this name, acquire data.py. That is all you need. Okay, and then you save them, upload this thing into the GitHub folder. Now let me show it to you. Okay, let me check that my setup is correct. So I have my acquired data. Yeah, you can see my acquired data here. One thing is missing is this. The link is not correct. Let me fix this link. So the link that I give you is not working one. So you downloaded already. Make sure you update this with the spreadsheet link, your own one. So in my case, I will paste it back the original link, which is this guy. Control C. I have to replace my link. Wait. Git action, acquire. After acquire, I need to submit. No, this guy, where's my Git action folder? This one. Over here. Sorry, I have so many files here, confusing. Let me delete all this, replace it with my own program. Just now I make the same mistake. You realize that the L, I need it to be small one. I mean, you change according to yours, okay? So once you have done this part, right, to be on the safe side, maybe you can just run it one time lah, and then you make sure that the data is running. Okay, in this case, let me stop that. Let me check my spreadsheet again. But sometimes you realize that there are too many data, you can just delete them for now lah, before we do any actual deployment, right? Let me delete this guy. Delete row. Okay, delete more. Okay. Let me delete all of them. Okay, I deleted everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test my code, the acquire part. So I get here, I just make sure that this is correct. So you run here first. You have to make sure it works here, because otherwise you put into the Git, it will be very difficult for you to debug already. So once you have it's working, then, which means my folder, this part of it is already okay, which means my Git, my workflow, the YAML file I give you just now, you have to make sure the name is correct. And then you put in the link is correct. This is what you want. And this requirement, all right, basically because we need to install this library. Okay, if you're familiar with Python, you can just create this just using Python. Otherwise, you just copy this whole file. Okay, we need this request and this URL library. This two is the most important one. The rest of it is straightforward. Okay. So what you do next is once you have this all these files, you go back to the GitHub that we created, you throw it inside there. Let me show it to you. Where's my GitHub? Okay, it's over here. So you can see upload as an existing file at the bottom here, in the middle. Okay, so this is what I wanted to do. I will drag up, yeah. I'll pick everything. I just dump it inside here. I think I'll just dump this. My environment, I don't want to do that because this is my library. This is my environment. Okay, the most important is this one, the .github. commit. Let me see, why am I think there's one folder didn't come in here. Let me add more files. The file is hidden. And let me check if it's inside. I should have the file inside here. Just let me make sure that I uploaded it correctly. Yes. It do. Okay, if you have the upload issue, right? Because I use command to do that. You can create a folder. I think you can just create a folder manually yourself here. See if I can create a folder here. Oops. I want to create my folder here. Give one moment. Let me see how I do this. Create a new file. Okay, I don't want the file name. I want to put it as .github slash work flows slash main dot yml. Okay. I'm sorry because I think we cannot upload the folder straight, so you have to be this way. You have to come inside here, and then you create a file, and then you create this path, and then you paste the code inside here. Yeah, let me save the folder, and I should have the file. Yeah, so you should have something like that. GitHub flows. This one. Now, this one, all right, of course, this file is empty. We want to put in our file. I think you can just now add files. Hey, why the upload file so pelik? Sorry, yeah. Let me go inside here. Let me edit this file. I just copy paste the code here straight away. Yeah, easier that way. Let me, this one, Control A, Control C. And then I just want to paste it here. This part, I think I didn't give you this part. So this one, acquire data, we have that. Yep, that's all you need to do. Save it, update, we are done. Although I put every minute, it won't run every minute now, so don't worry about that. So let me check my file again. It's no more data incoming because all processes are stopped. So now, what I'm going to do next is I need to run this. Action. Can you see at the top here, there's one thing called action. Yeah. Let me see, there's a workflow here. Let me refresh this guy. This guy is empty. Here we have this. Let me see, just make sure, sorry, because the upload file part took a bit. Let me make sure the file name is correct. Let me just do some commit changes, save it. if you see that it's actually running, but it's telling me there's an error. What error is that? Let me check the failure. On trigger. So basically, which means that the YAM file that I transfer over, there's an error. On error. Why there is this guy should not have any error. Sorry, because let me do this. Control C. One minute ago. Let me check the save this one. Go to action. Why? Go to action. I should see. You should have this. Now is this guy because yeah, probably some of my code is not working here. Let me show you the working one. Just yeah, because then I probably need to debug this a little while. Okay, let me show you the working one. The working one looks something like that. You put in the code here. This is the YAM file. Yeah, you see, I think it looks the same. Yeah, maybe there's some hidden character, yeah. So what you need to do is after you post this, all right, over the action here, you should see something like that. You can see that this action running on its own. So every time when it runs, then it will tell you it's successful, then it's green. And then from there, you get the data. So just give me a moment or just to check what's wrong with mine. But once it is correct, yes, you just get it correct. You can see that this guy is always 1 minute because it's trying to run. Let me check the action again. There's an error here. Let me check 5 minutes ago. Well, because this probably is this, there's no reason for this guy to fail. Okay, let me open this file. Let me delete this workflow run and try again. So if you I'm testing it again, we are just to delete that guy and run again, run the workflow here. Yeah, it's running now. You see, this one is actually running by me manually. So at the side here, you can just choose to run it. And let's hope when it's successful, that I should have another record here. So I'm pretty confident the code is correct already. And so basically what you need to do is just have to make sure you copy and paste, put it nicely. make sure the name are tally, then it will work. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to just pack the file and then I share with you the file and then you can take back and then you can try. All right, then I guess that's the end of the session. Yes, I'll give you the full file here. Yeah, let me turn this guy into a PDF for you so it's easier for you to manage. How can we send this file to all participants or we put it in the server for people to download? Including I think just our Prof Zheng's slide as well, okay? So I'll just pass this file to who? How do we do that? We'll send to participant.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
email that,
Okay.
but you pass to us.
Yes. All right. So that's all for today. I hope you can have the guide and go back and try again. If you have any issue, you can actually get my email and then you can just email me. All right. Thank you. Press again. The press got tadi.
Mute, Dr. Nisa.